Woo! Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sneakers and Stogies. I am here and I'm live with not being live at all. I'm here with Sam from De La Soul, Kicks Master right here. Traveled all the way back in Dallas to come to this show, ladies and gentlemen. How do you feel to be back home? Oh yeah, I have to get, you just watched me get into character. Yeah, I have to go a whole different personality in order to make the show interesting. All good. But there's multiple reasons why I wanted you on the show today, of course. One of my original ideas for a guest, of course, because he was always selling shoes. But also, you got me this beautiful, beautiful package because of a decent trade. A real trade. I'm saying decent now because of the simple fact that somebody came up with the Gundams and they said they would do the package. I was like, oh my god, you're a week too freaking late. But that's not here nor there. Tough loss, not a tough game. So, before we get into your business, of course, we both saw the Alien 2 release. My teammate texted me and was like, did I get him? I was like, nah. The thing froze on me. How was your take on the release of the Alien 2?
Basically, we got screwed.
Again.
Yeah.
We
got screwed. First attempt. Got through. Of course, payment, whatever, best of. Mind you, I'm on both of my phones.
Oh yeah.
And on my laptop. All of them, literally, payment error. Got the pause, of course. Alert for the pause or whatever.
Of course.
Kept 2 of them in cart.
Of course.
And still nothing went through. So, yeah. That was my spill with the Union 2s. But I mean, resale price isn't too bad
right now.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like people don't value 2s, so they're not gonna go up as much, I believe.
That's a fair statement, especially I love 2s, so that's a fair statement because you either love them or hate them. You're never in the middle.
Exactly.
And that's one of the Jordans that you can legitimately say that about. It's not like the 8s or the 6s or the 11s.
Exactly.
It's a legit shoe that you either love or hate. So I can see that. But I do predict their value going up because of the collaborations. Because there's been a lot of 2 collaborations this year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course now, like, I think it will remain low. But 2s, I still don't think, like, the culture now doesn't appreciate what 2s are.
Yeah, because the 2s were really a stepping stone into the 3s, so.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that. It's just, after getting the Quay 54 2s and seeing all the other 2s that came out, and one of my favorite pairs of Jordan 2s was the 25th anniversary low top, the white maize. Those were my white forces for me. Like, I tell people all the time, they don't believe me, like I still have them, but I didn't get white Air Forces. I only had one pair of Air Forces, and those were the 2007 Clover Parks, the white and brown ones. So I still have them, but 05 2s, that was my white Air Forces because it was caught on steel. Like, the market wasn't as bad as it is now. Yeah. So, I can see your point. Like, honestly and truthfully, it was either J's, Reeboks with the DMX collab, of course, the Prestos, the 97, when I was younger, but mainly J's. So it's for when Air Force One's, the song actually came out, I wasn't on the hype train.
The crazy thing is, man, like when the song came out, my aunt literally, if you watch the Shake It Tail Feather video, I think Nelly or Ali had the white and Carolinas with the strap.
Yes.
My aunt got me those, and I remember when I went for the first day at school, everybody was just like,
oh, you can say it uncensored if you want, but I get it.
Yeah, I'm just like, that was I guess my cool time in middle school.
Of course.
So yeah.
But I mean, It was one of your rare sneakerhead moments that people don't really talk about.
Yeah, like, cause Forces was crazy. Like, freaking when that song, like the song came out, it was just galore.
Yeah.
But that was 04?
Mm-hmm.
04?
Okay.
That was, and of course, that was when the patented leather mids were coming out.
Oh yeah.
When everybody was on those heavy, the black and golds, the Chicago's, what other color was it? White and blues, Carolinas,
of course.
I think it was just those three.
Yeah, for that year.
For that year that came out. And it's hard as shit to find them now.
Of course. It's like another shoe I can compare it to, and it really left a divide in me. It's like Pearl Foams. Like OG Pearl Foam are hard to find.
Shout out Sammy. Yeah, he wears those faithfully.
Yeah, I had funny story about those. I traded him a pair of shoes for them.
Oh, you got them from him?
I got it from him. That's not the worst part. The worst part is, you know how foams over time age, and you know how the bottoms start coming off?
Yeah.
So they started coming off, and I literally found a person to fix them. Now, that's where the story turns for a twist.
Okay.
So my pops was recovering. He's recovering from a stroke, and he accidentally threw them away. Yeah. You know how many years I've been? This is my therapy for reasons like this. Yes. The face you have right now.
Are you serious right now?
If my dad didn't have a medical disability, I would be a lot madder. Well, I had to understand. I had to take a step back to understand. But yeah, that's a holy grail. A holy grail shoe story. Yeah.
Bro, I'm speechless.
Exactly. Think about that's a sneaker story that a lot of people don't know unless you've really been at my house or with the family.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, bro.
Exactly.
I don't know what to say.
You don't know what to genuinely say about it because, one, I love them shoes to death.
Yeah.
Two, there are foam positives, and you know after 2015, all foam positives went to shit. To fucking shit.
Literally to shits.
And so, and mind you, I had the Yeezy foam positives at the time too.
Yeah.
I had the electric blue with the Nike check because I have a traditional rule. I don't get the regular foam positives except for Cop Drop. That was the only other ones I got, and Fighter Jet. But the check has to be on the foam positive. That's just me personally.
Oh man.
So for them,
I only killed. Of course, I got the gold.
Okay.
But all like you said, the other ones like I just sold those.
Oh.
I didn't keep any of those. I had the elephants.
Ooh.
They came out. I had the khaki ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, that was just a weird time for foams.
Yeah, and that's why you don't see any good traditional pairs of foams anymore.
No, bro. Somebody had made
the Instagram video
was
yes.
Yeah, I saw it and I was just like, dude is on point.
Dude ain't lied a bit about this video, and I might post the video on here to see it, but he wasn't lying.
Nah, he was dead ass.
Like dead ass on point, and it's kind of sad, but it shows how the market fucks up this shit. But let's divvy back. I see your shoes. Go. You want to show them to the world or show them to the people? Oh, at least you had humility. You could have took them off, but I mean, I ain't want to be that head ass.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't want to be that head ass. Out of the common courtesy, you know. Okay. I've seen them before. I just don't remember the exact name. Ah.
These are literally not like the favorite, but like my top 5 favorites.
Okay.
I sold these when I went to some showcase I had in Dallas.
Okay.
And I had got them for myself, and I just put them out there. And the guy kept coming back. Him and his lady kept coming back, and she was just like, "Why don't you just buy them?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, dude, this is my personal. I'm only gonna sell this if you pay $500.
That's fair.
And he was like, man, you can't go. And I was like,
Nope.
This is a personal. So if you're gonna cop it, you gotta cop it at that. He was like, man. He came back like literally like 4 or 5 times.
And walked around.
Yes, like literally walked around contemplating. He was like, man, let's just run it. And I was like, bet. I got it on my social media.
Okay.
So you gotta scroll through the history, but yeah, it's on there.
Alright.
And I was trying like damnness to find these all over Houston.
Good luck.
All over Dallas.
Oh shit.
Didn't find these. I got these from LA. Cool Kicks.
Really?
Yeah. I got these from Cool Kicks in LA. Went out there, sold some stuff, and with the money that I got, and a little bit of spending that I could do.
Of course.
I just bought these. So yeah.
They never let them go. I don't blame you. Like, that's low key. I remember seeing them, like, because the dunk phase has always been hot. But it was even better when classic dunks was out, like Miss Pac-Man's, the Skunks, and this
all that good stuff.
All the good stuff. And now they're bringing them back, and it's like the market is killing them.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you said, like we saying with the phones, man.
Yeah.
Like we get the OGs,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like, you know, we got dunks everywhere. Like you can't not get a dunk. You know,
Facts.
And it's like now with the Pandas, it's a everyday shoe now.
It's the Pandas. Not to cut you off, but didn't they come out with another pair of Pandas too?
Not yet.
The Paisley ones, they were going to release them, right?
No, the Pacers have released.
Okay.
Yeah, the Pacers have released. So
Okay.
there's a black pair, green pair, and a blue pair.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
light blue pair.
Okay.
So I have a black one for sale, but yeah, it's like you have a dunk every week. Pandas release every week. So it's literally like the new forces now. And I wear mine every goddamn wear.
Of course.
Like the gym, going run errands. I literally would not wear socks in my
Yeah,
It's like
that's how I end up getting these shoes.
yeah, like I wear those. Like that's one of my everyday shoes. I leave it literally by my door. At
Of
my
course.
apartment.
Of course.
Just get up and go.
That's me with the zebras, the original zebras. Like, those just slide in. I ain't got. Honestly, I put the. So, of course, I got Virgil shoes. But, you know, this lace. I put the black ones on the zebras. Best thing I could ever done. I'm not gonna lie, like, best. I don't even wear regular laces with these.
Yeah.
Like, none of Virgil shoes, I wear the regular laces because I know these heavy duty ass laces have a purpose.
Yeah.
And this purpose is to keep your foot in the goddamn shoe. Needless to say. But that's crazy. I didn't think about it like that, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Like seriously, if you look at it, what is prime example?
Prime example.
Every holiday,
Oh my
we get a retro 11. Like that's already set in stone. Like
Of course.
That's the only time we're gonna get like
a decent
decent retro 11.
Yeah.
But since we've already released Space Jams, we released Concords, Breads, Columbias, Cool Grays,
7210.
like no,
you're just talking about OG
I'm
colors.
talking about the OG.
Okay, my apologies.
Now now we're releasing different colorways, but majority of those colorways are not solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like this, I got the 7210.
Yeah,
I love those.
Like the Gamma Blue and the
Man, I don't even want to talk about them.
at least Space Jam, you can argue the 2, 3, or the 4 or 5. Like you can argue that release. That's fine.
Yeah,
But like the Gamma Blue, the adapt pair as well.
that's doing too much.
The adapt, the same teammate had 2 pairs of the adapt. One for him, one for his wife. His wife ended up selling the pair, and I was like, I get the self-lacing part because of the Marty McFly, the Air Mags.
Yeah,
But 11s is doing it too much.
that's doing a lot.
That's doing a lot.
I seen them in person. I think they released in 2019. If
Uh,
I'm not mistaken.
They had one pair that released in 2019. They had one released in 2020.
Yeah, because I was in Charlotte when it was some type of thing that came, some self-lacing shoe that came out there.
Yeah.
I think it was either that or those Nikes.
Yeah, they had the Nike AC. They had the Nike basketball shoes that self-lace.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, for All-Star.
Yeah.
Okay,
All-Star in Charlotte.
Yeah, that was the All-Star in Charlotte because they had them and they had like a small release of the Off-White 5s.
Yeah. No, Off-White 5s was
Chicago. You're right.
Chicago.
My apologies.
Because that's when they started the new FLX shit.
Yes. Ugh.
And I literally loved that.
Lucky.
No, because if you had an iPhone, you could not get into FLX. That's just how bad it was. Like, luckily, one of my homeboys had an Android.
Time out before you even get any deeper. This is why you always have an Android for shit like this.
Yeah.
Continue. I'm sorry,
but yeah, you cannot get into FLX with an iPhone. You had to have an Android to literally like go in, reserve the shit. That's how bad it was. And I literally reserved mine with like 5 minutes left. But that's how bad it was when FLX started in Chicago.
Cause I wanted to go to All-Star, but
it was good. It was cold as fuck.
Of course.
It was cold as fuck. Like, shout out Chicago, but they live by the name of the city. That's how.
So say less.
Yeah.
Say it freaking.
It was something. It was something, but it was a great experience.
That's good. So, before we take a little break, when we talk about your business and everything like that, I'm going to move some stuff around. Minimize the computer and not close it because I don't want the audio to disappear, of course. Let's talk Rebellion Air.
Okay.
Explain, like, a non-Nike app release, a non-sneaker app release, only in certain places, and you get lucky to get one of these joints. Tell us how it went. I really want to know because I seen your video and everything, and I was like,
man, okay. Me and my crew, shout out Soul Society.
Shout out Soul Society.
We went to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
We were out. Well, I got there late because, of course, my regular industry that I do.
Mm-hmm.
I got off work, came out there. We was in the car. I probably slept in the car, baby. Like I didn't even realize I fell asleep. I probably slept in the car for an hour. Homeboy knocked on the window. I was like, all right, so we got to get up. Got up, we was literally probably first 10, 12 in line. 10 to 15, like, yeah, at least top 15.
Top 15?
Top 15 in line. If you saw my video on my Instagram, it was, I want to say, like, this is front of the line.
Yeah.
My water bottle is. Like passing you.
Yeah. To the window? Or past that?
Yeah, past that.
Oh,
like,
man.
It was like going to the window, curving, passing up the camera light.
Oh, man.
That's how deep it was outside.
Shit.
Outside, yeah. That's how deep that line was. But you want to know what's great about it?
Explain.
Everybody touched a shoe. If you were out there, you were guaranteed a shoe. That's how many pairs was in that store.
Because it was a limited release too, was it not? Or am I tripping?
No, it was like you said, only select stores got it. But that one store in Austin is the only store that got it. But when you go inside, it's Rebellion.
Yeah, I saw that on the video. I saw that.
Is the whole store is just this shoe.
Oh.
And it was fucking amazing. Like, if you were there, you touched the shoe. Period. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. You touched the shoe. And they had sizes from 4 to 16. That's how many pairs they had in there.
That's a fucking blessing.
Seriously.
Because you know how hard it is to get very limited shoes.
Exactly. Bro, they had a 12.5. Like, who the hell... Nobody carries that size unless it's online. Or
even if it's online, you're probably getting only 400 pairs at max. Or even 6 to be nice. Because I know the patents for sure. When I did a 12.5 on the Nike app, it was a dead ass 434, if I'm not mistaken. And I went for the 12.5 like a dumbass, thinking I could have got 7 13. And yeah, didn't get you until later when we did the trade course. But that's fucking beautiful.
It was. It was, bro, and everybody in Austin is cool as fuck. Like,
of course, it's Austin.
Everybody's cool as fuck, bro.
They want to keep it weird, so they got to be friendly, especially with all these new people moving to Austin.
Bro, but that's the thing. Like Austin's shoe culture, like, is very unified. You know.
So not to change. So Houston, of course, has its own territorial. It's very territorial. And Dallas, from what we talked about the other day, was beyond territorial.
Yeah.
So you're saying Austin with Nice Kicks and all the other shoe stores out there, they're more open.
From my parte, from going out in Austin, yes. Like, I guess it's just because of my approach when I'm speaking to people. Like, when I was in line in Austin, I met at least a good 7 people.
Of course.
Just in line, and they was explaining to me how their market is and stuff like that. How it's changing. Because, mind you, after this release, that's when all the Air Maxes came out.
Bruh! The all concept Air Maxes, yeah.
So they got all the concepts, all the Nike concepts out there. They had enough for everybody. Everybody touched.
Jesus.
But of course that was South by Southwest week.
Yeah, so it's even harder, but yeah.
Not even that. Like, if you, just like this, if you were in line, with patient, you touched the shoe, period. So it wasn't a point of you having to be there at a time or whatever. Like,
yeah.
If you had the patience to wait in line for X amount of hours.
Of course.
You touched the shoe. Like, Austin is definitely coming up when it comes to releases right now.
Okay, so you're saying Austin is the move for luxury shoes.
When they say they have it.
When they say they have it. Okay, fair.
Make sure you go.
You're opening my eyes even more, because honestly and truthfully, I still haven't even worn them. The most I've done, in all fairness to this beautiful shoe, is smell it. And I barely did that with the Patents. I had nothing against the Patents, of course.
That's just a beautiful shoe. My opinion.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful shoe.
The Patents don't get me wrong, the Patents are a beautiful shoe.
No, I'm talking about that.
Oh no,
that's a beautiful shoe.
This is a piece of art.
Like, the Patents are cool, but I prefer not having the patent leather on there when it comes to the breads.
Yeah.
Like, the ones, breads of course are my favorite.
Of course.
But yeah, I prefer this.
But, and not even just looking at the shoe itself, it's really a piece of art. Because I missed out on the first band.
Yeah, I did too.
So that's the main reason. I've had serious debates about why I shouldn't trade the Patents for these. And I was like, but the story behind the shoe.
Yeah.
It's a fucking piece of art. And that, if there's anything I'm going for, is art.
Yeah. History it speaks for itself.
Exactly.
And in all honesty, I still have yet to see any guys rock the shoe. I see more women rocking this shoe versus us.
If I'm not mistaken, the graffiti designer that actually made the shoe is a woman.
Yes.
Okay, so I was correct. I just didn't want to, come on here with horrible facts. That ain't me.
I want to say yes.
It's
a woman.
I
read the article 2-3 weeks ago.
But she was on the Nike app too.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of Nike app, they're trying to do the union release on the Nike app.
Which
the two.
Hopefully I grab this time.
Yeah, because that's the rumor. That's what's on the rumor mill right now. But not even just the shoe itself. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
But the paper. Oh my God.
The paper detail is everything.
The detail.
The box detail.
It's
all that. That's what makes the shoe. That's what makes you value a shoe more, is just because of detail. Like these here.
Of course.
The paperwork on here literally gives you a map of China. It gives you...
Okay, that's where I remember the shoe from. Got it.
It gives you, landmarks to where to go eat in China. That's another reason why I fell in love with the shoe, because of
the art.
Detail, art. It's more to it than just the colors and all that stuff for me, man.
Exactly. When it comes... Not to cut you off.
Nah, go ahead.
But when it comes to a good shoe, most guests, or most friends of mine as well, know that for every shoe in my closet, I have a story behind it.
Oh, yeah, same.
So, with them, the story, besides trading for the Patents, is because not even because of the band story, but the main story that I want to have with these is I've never officially owned a pair of retro colorway ones. Like, I can name all the ones I've had. The closest thing I've had to like original retro shoes that I can still say I own is my, like I said, 90s kids here. So I have my toddler Fire Red 5s still to this day. And then I got the 2013 release to celebrate that as well.
Oh man.
I have my 91. I want to say, no, those were maybe toddler. The toddler shoes was the 6s, the infrared 6s.
Damn.
And the only reason then I had the 2010, the varsity red release, which was meh. Mm-hmm. But then when you come back and bring in the infrared colorway, I had to get them too.
Yeah.
So those two shoes I live or die by because I missed out on great, but I had got the original one, the re-release.
Re-release, yeah.
Laney was my high school. Like I'm mainly 5s.
Damn, I remember when I had the.
I still got my Laney's. Fuck that.
I sold mine back when they released in 2013. I remember. This is a very good story.
Go ahead.
I had the Laney 5s that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I actually traded those for the Kobe's that came out that same year. The Christmas.
Not the Grinch ones, right?
Not the Grinches, but they were like the spiky ones.
Yes.
I can't even think of the name of them right now.
They had that weird spiky punch material on the side. Okay.
Yes, but I traded those Laney 5s for those.
I mean, in retrospect, you kind of did a good trade.
Now that we look at it, of course, because of
of course, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Kobe. But
back then,
yeah. No, I wanted those Kobe's. I didn't give a shit about the Laney.
Exactly. So I can see why it made perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's sort of I forgot what shoes I traded.
I forgot what they're called, but that's what I have.
I know which ones you're talking about because I see them right now. I just don't. I don't want to pull them up.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. But in all honesty, back to the original point. I can tell you all the ones I've had is hilarious. I've had the black laser ones, the highs. I've had the Baron ones, the Father's Day Barons ones, the white ones. I didn't get the black ones because there was no other store that sold the black ones in Houston at the time. I have the Olympic ones, the ones right after the hurricane that happened.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna get the 6 rings, but I ended up getting those. And I have the original hair ones that dropped later in 2008.
Yeah.
But they re-released them recently, and I didn't even want them there. I still have my originals.
The originals.
The material was so better.
Just hit better, man.
Exactly. So I was
just hit a whole lot better. I'm mad I missed them. I really wanted the fucking not the airs, but the ones that came out before the electric ones.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a story that you would probably get a kick out of. Because I went to Foot Locker, the Foot Locker at the mall I worked at, and I honestly went for the 6 rings. Because at the time, 6 rings were bulky enough. There was a bulky enough crossover of Jordans at the time that would work for walking throughout the day. So it wasn't no hype or anything. But they said so. The source said it was out. And so one of my former teammates, he played for the Cowboys for a little bit, ended up having a pair. He wore them to prom, not prom, our homecoming dance. And I ended up getting the ones because that's all they had left.
Now that lets you know we're in different times now.
Exactly, and they have yet to re-release them.
If you could just go back into the mall and buy ones.
Oh, ones? The outlet store was literally the GOAT.
No, it was.
Like that's how I got the Oreo 6s. And the ice blue women 8s, because that's the same Foot Locker, ironically, sold the women aquas, but by the time I got there, they already sold out.
And those haven't even re-released yet either.
The ice blues, no, but the women aquas, they haven't re-released them in bigger sizes. They released them in small sizes.
This fall only.
And I was like, you waited all this time. If I really wanted to go on a rant, I could make a whole episode about the shoe. You really wasted all this time to re-release one of the greatest pair of shoes, a great pair of Jordan 8s, of course, and only in small sizes?
That's a
Bruh! Because
that thing goes up above a 12 in women's now. If you look at it.
Well, depending on the shoe.
Well, yeah. Well, let me correct myself. The shoes that interest me for that releasing women.
Oh yes, got you.
The biggest is in 12. But I mean, I personally don't wear women's shoes. Like, I just have never done it. Like, I just traded a seafoam in my size for the court purple.
Of course.
Court purple dunks. Just because I didn't have them.
That's
but
fair.
I've never worn like
Sneaker. That's fair. Like, these are women's sneakers.
Yeah, I know.
And so,
but you like what you like.
No, it's not even that. It's even deeper than that, because for certain designs and certain styles, they don't release them in men.
Yeah.
Like, that's the fucked up part.
Yeah.
I get the, you know, and I have a few female friends who say, y'all get the better colors, we get the more variety of the shoe. And I was like, it depends on the shoe.
Yeah, because one of my homegirls, she says the same thing, and I'm just like, y'all honestly get, you know, the better shoes.
Y'all get the better shoes, we just get the more dependent releases.
Yeah. Because
Ice Blues have not re-released. Ice Blue Ace have not re-released.
Nope.
The Aqua's released in a small size. And then there's the taxi pair of women 8s that are coming out that just irked me, because I'm like, they're not even gonna be in my size.
I wore my taxis today too, by the way.
Oh
crazy.
God,
that's crazy. You said that I wore my taxis today.
And see, I almost got the Sapphires this weekend. I debated it. I really did. But I'm not a 7s person like that. That's the only reason.
The only 7s that I'm honest to God thankful that they're coming back out of the Citrus 7s. I'm sorry. I'm just happy that those are coming back out. That's
fair. Because in 05 I had the jacket.
The crazy man, look, my former homeboy, he had got a pair, and he just couldn't get my size for some reason or whatever, and we finally started to examine the shoe a couple times after he started wearing them. Shit was fake. They were fake.
Oh.
Because if you had looked at the hand, it was literally
it was off.
It was off as fuck.
Oh man.
It was off as fuck. So he just used them as, football practice shoes after that. But
you had to.
Yeah.
They had to be beat up some way or another.
They got beat up, alright. But yeah, that was my fond memory. My last fond memory of seeing the Citruses.
And I'm glad a lot of the early 2000 colorways are coming back, because the Green Bean 5s are coming back.
I seen those in person, man, and I'm just not happy.
You're not happy?
Nah,
let's before we go to break, I want to hear this.
They're more reflective. It's that reflective
that
material. 3M? Yeah, on the shoe. It's not like the suede that we had in 05. So I'm happy that they're coming out, but I'm not happy that they're not in their original format.
Okay.
If they release, what was the blue pair called that came out? The white and blue?
Oh, I know what you're talking. I can't think of the name.
I don't know if it's the military blue.
Not the North Carolinas. No, that's the Sixers.
Not those. But it's the blue.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know they're white, silver, and blue. They look like the stealths, but they're not.
Yeah.
I know. Okay.
If they come back out, I really hope that they release them in original format, because they definitely dropped the ball with the Green Beans.
Oh.
Definitely dropped the ball.
And I guess my main point of saying I'm happy that Green Bean was back, because of the fact that the tongue was 3M.
Yeah, the tongue was 3M, but the actual shoe, excuse me, it's not original like it was. Of course, we can't get everything.
Of course,
truly original, but it's not close.
It's not even close.
No, it's not close at all.
So you're telling me, before I go on break, you're telling me that the last era of great 5s, great Jordan 5s, was 2013.
Yeah.
Holy shit. We about to go to break. Goddamn. We'll be right back. Holy shit. let me get back in character, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the second half of the show. Maybe not this conversation has been really good.
Yeah, off camera.
Off camera has been fucking amazing. So the vlog camera caught all of it. This is why I want to go live. Because this is a genuine conversation among sneakerheads. So we both appreciate the shoes. So if y'all really want to watch the behind the scenes, check out the vlog camera. And I'll put that up probably later than the actual episode. But let's get into your business. De La Soul. It took me a little while because I didn't put two and two together. Not when you first started, not recently. When you first started, that was your page and then you were selling all the shoes. And I was like, well, goddamn. If I'd have known this shit, I'd have had a lot of shoes already. But later down the line, I appreciated that you just not only sell the shoes, but you at least have pairs of your own that have their own story.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's a genuine love. It's not like mostly typebeats.
Oh no, bro. Every like bro, this is my thing. Mm-hmm. I literally remember getting the red 11s when they originally came out in '96. Like verbatim. Tried them on. Mom was like, "You like these?" I said, "Yeah." And from there, it's just been a love that you just can't explain, bro.
No,
like you can't explain it. Literally, like from someone that can't remember vividly trying on his first shoe. Of course, it wasn't my first shoe, but the first retro that I can remember in my head,
of course,
and appreciate what it was then. That was '96. How many years is that? Damn near 30.
Almost 30 years.
Damn near 30 years ago. Like that's how deep this shit is for me, bro.
No, I respect that.
Like seriously, like from watching Red 11s, Columbia 11s. The low top IEs.
Oh,
like I had all that as a kid to the point where it's like I found my picture the other day when I was in the He Got Games in '98. Like that was my last shoe, my last Jordan as a kid because my parents could not, as I've gotten older, they couldn't afford, shoes.
Of course.
So that moment there just made me very passionate for shoes.
Of course.
I couldn't have like all the good shit that everybody was having.
Facts.
My aunt and uncle provided shoes for me. Like the forces that we talked about.
Of course, yes.
They gave me those shoes. They gave me my basketball shoes when I was hooping. They gave me all my Iversons. Like all that, bro. And then when I was able to work for shoes and whatnot, that was it.
You appreciate it even more.
You appreciate it more, bro, because you work for it.
Yes.
Like my mom stopped working. She got let go from her job for nearly 30 years. So that moment was the moment that I honestly God became a man because I didn't want to have to ask for nothing else anymore. Like all these shoes that I have myself in my inventory, that's me. I mean, of course, I can't say it's all me. I do have, help along the way and whatnot. But that money put in all this shit, that's me.
Of course, it's an investment like your business, De La Soul.
Like, seriously. It took a lot of hiccups up and down.
But I mean, it goes back to our conversation with the green beans. Do you really want them to re-release them?
Yeah. I would. Reason why, like I said, for me, is because in high school, I couldn't afford.
That's fair.
The shoes that I wanted. Like I said, my aunt and my uncle would give me my shoes. So I didn't have the Jordans really until the what the hell was that? What were the mids called on the side where he had from UNC, the UNC mids.
What number?
They're the ones.
They're the one.
I don't know if they were called O-Love. I don't know.
O-Love or New Love, or you talking about Alpha?
Alpha. There
Alpha.
you go. The Alpha ones.
Yeah, with the picture on it.
With the picture on
yes.
the side. I didn't. Those were my first Jordans, like that I got for myself. Like, of course, from working, and then of course that's when the Fusions start coming out.
Oh God, we're about to go there.
I think everybody had a pair of the Fusion Jordans. I know personally, I had the 5s.
So you want to hear not to cut you off, but you want to hear the funny story?
What's up?
So I've always worn the pair, but I never got a chance to get them.
Yeah, bro, I still got mine at the house.
I've had cousins that had them. I had family members that had them. I personally have never had a pair, but I've always wanted a pair.
I still got mine. Like, if you a sneakerhead, you had a fucking Fusion. I'm sorry, you had one of the high top Fusions.
I wanted the 8. I'm not gonna lie, but
no, like you had at least one.
Yeah.
Like I had the 5 Fusions that came out. I had them, but yeah, man, I didn't start really getting Jordans really until I was just like, you know what, fuck this. I'm just about to start going in, and I did.
See, that's crazy.
And I couldn't stop, bro. I really couldn't.
No, I agree, because when we right before the shoe change, it was like you go back and you remember watching them playing as a kid, and so everybody really wanted to be like Mike.
Everybody.
So when the shoes there was no denying it. So when the shoes was hot, especially with Space Jam, and that timeline between 96 to 98, which is really the perfect time. That was the perfect end dot moment of history that you could actually market the shoes and market the wins that he had as well.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. Like, that's the only reason, in all honesty, like we live through the moments.
Yeah. We've lived through the Jordans, the Pennies, the Hewings, the Tim Hardaways, the Scottie Pippens.
Rodman had shoes,
had shoes too, yeah.
But they never called it his shoe, so
yeah,
that was the fucked up part. But
yeah, like, bro, we literally lived through history.
Exactly.
That we just can't get back originally how it should be.
Facts.
Like, who else has?
Shaq had
Shaq had his Reeboks,
which are actually still fire to this day. A great slept-on shoe.
Grant Hill.
Oh yes. With the Felines.
I
had a pair. I admit, I had a pair of them.
Charles Barkley.
I really admit Charles Barkley's shoes were underrated at the time.
Remember Larry Johnson?
A little bit. Memory's a little fuzzy on the shoe.
He played for Charlotte.
Okay, yes.
He had shoes that came out. Bro, it's a lot of history, bro. Like, that gets overlooked.
Exactly.
That I feel like, as a sneakerhead, you should know your foundation. Because a lot, bro, fucking, you saw the sneaker shopping with Robin, right?
Yes, I did. I watched that.
He was the first person that had the reverse swoosh.
Yeah, and I, you know what's funny? Before he even said it, and when they pulled out the shoe, I was like, I knew this was Rodman's shoe. I was like, niggas say, I'm not gonna call him by his artist name because I actually play football with him, so I'm not gonna do that. Jock was the first person with the shoe with the reverse swoosh when it was really Rodman, but he just retroed his own style.
Yeah.
He retro Rodman style.
Yeah.
So I agree.
Yeah, like we just, everybody just needs to know foundation.
Fact.
And saying that somebody's the first to do this, first to do that, which they might be.
Yeah.
But research, you will find so much stuff. If you appreciate history.
If you appreciate this.
If you appreciate history, you will definitely love the foundation of where stuff is originated.
Okay. before we get to a deeper context on the sneakers, and even though I did lose a little footage, but thank God I had the background camera rolling because I was kind of hurt by that.
It's all good.
Still got to keep it going. There is a few topics I want to get to just real quickly.
Okay.
Since my co-host is normally here, but he started back his doctoral program. He started back last week and was originally supposed to do the episode. I wanted to let the world know that he's on school hiatus, so he won't be on the show for me. But in the midst of this, we just found out Kendrick's dropping a new album.
Wait, are you bullshitting me?
Oh, you didn't find out. He dropped the name on Twitter. Hold on. Like, it's been all news all day.
I've been ripping, bro.
I had a break from today, and that's how I found out.
Hold on. Like, it's official.
It's official. He dropped everything today. Here it is. Oh, my bad. I got you. That's why I didn't want to go live, too. Wow.
Great.
May 13th, we got Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Low key, we've been needing a fucking album from Kendrick.
Bruh, I don't know what it is about TDE, but they make you wait for great music.
Yeah.
I know for sure this album will be great. We haven't had an album since Damn.
Yeah. Kendrick main project.
Main project since Damn.
Yes.
That was 2018.
No, it just celebrated 5 years this year. 2017. It just celebrated 5 years.
Yeah, it was like 2018, 2017.
2017 because they re-released the reverse version.
Reverse version. There you go.
And that's why it's a mix-up. But the funniest thing was when I first heard the album, I was like, you can really listen to this album backwards. And so many people put it on Twitter the same time I was thinking it, and he confirmed it. It just made me mad because I should have said it first.
That's funny.
But yeah, it's been 5 years since we haven't really had a bad album from Kendrick.
Never.
Like,
Never.
all due respect, 10 years of me actually listening to Kendrick this year because I heard all the mixtapes around the same time. There's not one bad album. Like, you could go back and listen to every album.
Literally, like fucking New Kid, Mad City is literally like my top 5 that I would listen to. Like if you ride with me in the car for road trips, first album that I listen to is literally New Kid, Mad City, just because of the fact that I can listen to it from start to finish.
See, I'm gonna throw you off a little bit, just for the sake of conversation. I'm gonna throw you off a little bit. 2015, I got my Beamer, and one of the first albums I put in the Beamer was The Pimp Butterfly. My favorite Kendrick album, it was not really even an album, it's an EP, is really Untitled Unmastered. And a lot of people always ask, why? I like the structure. As a former musician, I like the structure of music.
Yeah.
And even though the album technically was the leftover tracks from To Pimp a Butterfly, you can see where it all fits in and where everything connects. And so even then, we're not live, Damo, so you're good.
Oh, okay, cool.
Damo,
Are you about to film again or no?
I'm still filming now. I said I'm not live, I didn't say it was filming.
How you doing? Okay, well, I'm just gonna smoke with my neighbor.
Alright, have fun.
Don't put that on.
I'll edit it out.
I wish I could.
I know. But no, I'm gonna wait till, Damo did that, just closes the door anytime. Love you too, sister.
You still gonna be here when I get back?
Yeah, I'm still being. I mean, you can come back even when you're done smoking.
Well, that was my plan. I do it.
I know, but
You put the air on.
I thought the air was on.
No, I turned it off before I left.
Oh, that's some head-ass shit. This is the moments that we get on both cameras that we have to enjoy.
My bad.
Oh,
No, you're good. We needed this. This is how we normally interact when we're doing a live show. So you can only imagine how crazy it is during like an actual live show. But I couldn't embrace myself going live. So, but no. Of course, you could have just not gonna put my business out like that. But no, the album itself, with CeeLo before all the shit happened with him, Thundercat playing the bass, Swiss Beats Son, musically, it was an album to listen to that you just want. If you wanted to hear just sounds and how they all play around in different melodies, that was the album.
If we're gonna go sounds, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
I have a love-hate relationship with that album, and the love part is that, of course, I went and bought the album the day it came out, and I bought the vinyl, and I have all the Good Friday songs. That's the love I have for that album. The hate, and I mean the deluxe edition, I got the DVD too. The hate I have for that album, it was predicting Kanye before we seen it. It's the only other project from Kanye that predicted everything that was going to happen before it happened.
Yeah. But in my opinion, my sense, it makes me appreciate that album a lot more. Like, if you listen to it from start to finish,
of course,
like, and as crazy as it is,
of course,
that album predicted so much shit that's now.
I mean, I'll take you even deeper. So you've heard Graduation, right?
Of course.
You've heard the mixtape before Graduation? Listen to the mixtape before the Graduation. Okay. He had to drop the mixtape, and this was right before I went to go see Kanye live. Second time. I saw him at TSU in 04. My first time with my godbrother, when he had Rihanna, I saw Rihanna live, I saw Pharrell, NERD, and Lupe Fiasco. When he did the mixtape before the album, if you think My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy told us the shit about now, that one had dates. And every date, when shit happened, it happened around the same time 8 years later.
Yeah, I've never heard
this. Listen to the mix, not the Freshman Adjustment, that was the college dropout days. I'll pull it up later so you can. But I agree. A lot of the shit that has happened when Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out really predicted the shit that's happened now. For example, we all knew niggas slept on Nicki from the jump. Monster.
Bruh, that fucking basically, like, gave, like, motherfuckers some here.
Yes.
Like, y'all don't want to listen to me? Oh, well, now I got the motherfucking approval from not only Ye, but Jay. Like,
before the throne.
Yes.
And the collapse of
all that shit.
Before the collapse of the throne.
Like, she made the song.
No, dead ass. I would never argue that.
Like anybody that says anything different about her not crashing the song, she fucking crashed the song.
Like, dead ass.
Like, bruh.
Like, I can wholeheartedly agree. Like, and watching the behind the scenes and reading the magazine articles from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, I appreciated. I'm gonna put this correctly. I appreciated Watch the Throne for what it is and what will always be a great album with no skips, because that's actually the album I would have done for just straight Kanye JD. It was the perfect album for the perfect time. But the in-between era between those two albums was the most frequently looked for music around that time. Because you gotta remember, you had the whole beef with Young Money, with that time with Young Money and Rockefeller, because you know all that stuff that happened around that time. But you had so many consistent hits to the point that it's like, it's been hard to bounce back.
Yeah. True. Very true.
Like, logistically, like, of course we have the new generation. I appreciate Kendrick, Cole, Tyler, a lot of the newer artists. But if you wanted to talk about the time when they was just getting their feet off the ground, and the time when the big dogs really came to play, 2011 was that year.
Yeah, that was the warm-up, literally, like you said, for everyone that was in both of those camps.
Yes.
Like, for real.
Like, in all the camps entirely, like, but it also, in retrospect, Good Fridays predicted why we would never get a CRS album.
Yeah.
That's the one heartbreak.
Yeah.
The hate.
Yeah.
Another part of the hate that I will have to...
I used to tune in just so I
Hear us.
Good Friday shit.
Good Friday shit, but
That
even
shit used to go so hard.
like, bruh,
So hard,
bruh, I was like, oh my, like, oh. And remember I told you when we was talking, I'm glad the show is running long. We have the time before I get to the rest of the topics, but remember I told you that I went to Social Status, shout out to them for their Air Max Day.
Yeah.
So one of the guys asked me the best Kanye album of all time. I said that's really a tough debate because you can easily say My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy without a doubt. That's an easy win. That's an easy give me. But if you really want to think about it, in my personal perspective, I have a tie between Late Registration because of the time that it came out in, and Life of Pablo. And Life of Pablo, the only reason why that's a close second is not because of the original release. It's all the shit he didn't put on the album.
Yeah.
Those two sound-wise are even a close second to My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which we will never get again.
Yeah.
That was a once in a
That was like you about to say a once in a lifetime type of album.
yes.
I don't know, man. That Ye album just stuck with me like hard from start to finish.
Yeah.
Like he put in so much faith in Nicki, like to kick off the album.
Mm-hmm.
You lay out this great like mind frame of how each artist should be here, should be there. The melodies, the strings, like everything on each album when it came to the beats, like you heard every detail on each song. Like he literally made you feel like you're right there.
I'll do you one better, and I agree with your whole sentiment. I'm not just arguing that. There is one song that he should have just kept on the album for fuck's sake. See Me Now should have just stayed on the album. Mm-hmm. And I'm not even talking about the individual with him, Beyonce and Charlie Wilson. I would unbiasedly say, that you should just kept the Big Sean, because it came out in Japan. They had the Japanese version with the Big Sean version that was missing. I appreciate the album even more because the everything to its entirety. But that's the one song you should have just kept on the album. I mean, you perfectly closed the album, don't get me wrong. But it's like, that song, I felt like it was left from an era when his mom died. He was working on a good-ass job.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can see him not having that song on the album. But for fuck's sake, just keep it on the album. But I agree with you. Like, it was one of those once-in-a-lifetime moments that you pretty much saw what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
We just went deep out of nowhere. But that's the fun of the show. Like, I'm mad. I really want to get this episode up and done, but I know it's just going to be work for me. But we lost subject on the music.
Oh, man. It's
And I gave the update. That's fine.
like I said, we literally can go from one thing to the next
And
and not even realize it.
Exactly. And it's perfectly fine. And I guess I'll save the other topics for later, in a sense, because this is a genuine good conversation for a show.
Oh, yeah, I can come back for a part 2.
Of course. Of course. But I do want to, before, taking another break to make sure the camera's checked and everything, I do want to ask a general question on your take. And I'm looking down because I'm really thinking of the right way to phrase it. Most Greeks are genuine. Most Greeks that have came in our time are genuine sneakerheads.
Yeah.
Do you think the cultures between the two have gone astray around the same time?
As far as the Greek life and sneaker culture?
Like, even though they're two different lives. They're two different lives, but at around the same time, it started going off from its original path. Do you think, and this is just an honest conversation, of course, do you think it's weird or coincidental that they both divvy at the same time? Just out of curiosity, because I've always asked that question to myself.
Now that you asked that, and I'm really thinking on it, like, it really has. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is my honest to God opinion when it comes to Greek life. I feel like everything started changing after 2014 when it came to Greek life.
I agree.
Like my first set of deals, like after they came out, I started.
Shout out to Dr. Sammy because he was on the second episode of the show. Not to cut you off.
Nah, that's my dog. That's a trait too, by the way.
Of course.
But after they came, I feel like Greek life really started to become more social media. You know, I mean, I feel like 2012. Don't get me wrong. We were the era where social media started to
slowly
pick up, tweet. You know, I feel like we took advantage of it when it came towards like our promotions, our like, you know, putting stuff out there to make people be aware of the things that were going on. But it started to become more commercial, and people just started like really just going straight there for a source and not necessarily going straight to the source
or the books that they had on the source.
Yeah,
no,
like
I get it.
Everything started to become, I'm going here for this information, I'm going here, but instead of seeking, as all we should
do, of course,
seeking things in person and not depending on finding your answers online and stuff like that. Of course, you know, you and I are different when it comes to our organizations.
Of course.
But I know for sure with your chapter specifically, y'all are very cutthroat.
Of course.
My uncle, rest his soul, my uncle Ronald Thornton is your chapter bro.
Okay.
You know, and he definitely loved your chapter, you know, and I can tell based off of him how he was very thorough when it came to y'all. He knew every alpha in Houston. Everybody knew him, and they respected him on account of what he did for alpha.
Of course.
You know, it's the same thing with Omegas. Of course. I know everybody's so used to us doing this, doing that, but we're more than just partying or setting stuff out and stuff like that.
Of course.
We are more than just what you guys see. Like nobody talks about the community service that we do. Nobody talks about the uplift that we give the lamplighters.
Of course.
Like a lot of people don't want to talk about other things of that nature. Everybody just wants to see the hops, the parties, this, that, and the third. But Greek life is so much more than just that everybody doesn't see.
Of course.
Like if you guys come to TGP, the only important part of TGP that I personally enjoy now is doing the service. Being out there, seeing the kids, uplifting them, collecting stuff. Like for my business, like I collect shoes every winter holiday, and I personally give shoes to people.
Let me know.
I don't. That's the type of stuff that I don't put on video because of the fact that I don't care for publicity.
Fair.
Like you know me personally.
I know you personally,
like,
so
I don't care for the attention.
Exactly.
You know, so that type of stuff doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
But Greek life has changed so much. Sneaker culture has changed so much from, of course, the first come, first serve.
Facts.
That of course had its trial and errors, more errors. We came to tickets.
Oh God!
We came to tickets after that. That was, of course, on account of who you know type of shit to put my name. We went to apps now.
Oh God! Don't get me started on the fucking app.
That's where we're at now. But apps now are more random.
It's
like,
genuinely random, but it sucks because of the sizing.
Yeah, that too. But that's kind of where we're at when it comes to these releases. Now, I mean, of course, you still got some stores that still do, tickets like if your shoe palaces and stuff like that. They still do tickets, but of course, like I said, that's what you know. So
you definitely can agree to that statement.
Yeah.
But no, it's when you think about it, it both divvied at the exact same time.
Yeah, literally, like everything just started changing so much. And I love talking to my older kids. Like I love talking about stories from Pleasure was on the campus.
Like above the light, basically, yeah.
Like it was no hiding it at all. And like how they look at us now, they literally y'all full of shit.
I think it's the same for every made person in the timeline that we were in.
Yeah, like they literally like said like y'all full of shit now. Y'all don't know how to shut the fuck up. You know. And
can we please get a round of applause for that statement?
Like people don't know how to shut the fuck up, and of course, our organizations, we do what we do.
That's everybody's organ in this retrospect.
I mean, that if we want to be particular with it, I can only speak for the orgs that I know that do shit.
Of course.
Like, not even speaking on HBCU aspect, because there's some orgs that are HBCUs that don't go through nothing.
Exactly.
And I mean, of course, like I say, I can only speak on what I know, who I know, basically, and that's because of what I've seen with my own two eyes.
Fact.
Of other people that I personally know that are in other organizations. Of course, wholeheartedly, I can only speak on Omega.
Of course, all fairness.
But Greek life has definitely changed a lot. And it's really more, you have more people that are honestly just worried about wearing a t-shirt.
So, oh my God. We're on the same wavelength, ladies and gentlemen, about the show.
Versus you being about service.
And see, that's the main reason why I said question. Because I guess coming into the org, before even coming into the org, you at least had you had to do something to make yourself known, to seek out the information for your org. And I can only speak for Alpha, of course, but it's a similar path with different orgs.
Yeah.
So I guess seeing it now and relating it so that way everybody can get a better understanding with the sneaker culture, because it happened at the exact same time, it just shows me that things are always gonna get worse before they get better, but when they get better, that time will come.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm really waiting for in aspects of both sides of that lifestyle. Because 2014 was a different year for everybody. Because if you really want to put it in a retrospect, you got 2 years before Trump comes through. Almost 3. If you want to really put it in a retrospect, we had one president, and now we had 2 to 3 different others. The TSU, of course.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
And if you want to put even to a deeper retrospect, we had teams at the school that were at least attempting to do wins, and now it goes either way. It's consistency, I guess, in my conversation was making sure that we stayed on the same page on that topic, and we really did.
No, we are. We're on one accord when it comes to that. Like, and the beautiful thing about it, like, you meet so many people in both cultures. Like, like these shoes that I got here when I went out to LA, the dude that gave it to me is my frat brother.
Oh wow!
I had on. Of course, I didn't have on any Perry or nothing, but this here, and of course these here go a long way.
Of course,
and that's how we connected. Of course, the first thing is our shoes. The next thing bruh, okay,
of course.
So, bruh, it's a beautiful thing, and like you said, everything has its ups and downs, and of course, we can only wish that everything is gonna get better over time. But that's crazy you asked me that question because I never thought about that. I honestly never thought about that. But I fucking dislike the fact that it did affect me because of the fact that I didn't buy any shoes.
Fucking exactly.
When I was going through my shit.
That's the point I wanted to bring back home.
So yeah, if we're about to go on the topic now, missing shit when we were going through our phases.
We gonna say that for we're not gonna say that for another time. Okay. I want to say that for another recording, like a bonus clip, just so that way we can get to it.
Okay, because I was definitely about to go in.
We're about to go there in just a second. But let me close out this part of the episode. Okay. So normally on the show, me and my co-host, we normally say other things, things that you want to end the show by. Okay. You have any quote? Like normally I'll train this by link your club, of course. We'll say check on your friends and family. I would normally say something like, make sure you keep in touch with your friends, keep in touch with your loved ones, something of that sort. So if you have anything to say, the floor is all yours before we get to this bonus episode, because we gotta get there. We gotta get there.
To piggyback on you asking about De La Souls, my company motto is anything that's worth something is hard to obtain.
Okay.
I got that from my brother. He says that to me all the time, and it just stuck with me because this culture that is technically my business, like it's hard as fuck.
No, I agree.
Like we talked about, camping. Like, bro, I'm up in age. I don't look my age, but I don't really camp no more. And I had to do that to get this, like right after work. Remind you, I work 10-hour shifts, and like if you really value this lifestyle and want to make it to where it's a lifestyle for you, to where you don't have to work if you don't want to. I mean, truth be told, I don't have to, but I choose to do so because I don't believe in one source of income.
That's fair.
And of course I don't want to pay a high as no insurance.
Oh God.
So yeah, but that's something that I definitely want to tell everybody. Like if you truly believe in something, it's something that you really want to do, regardless of whatever industry it is, and you have a passion for it, do it. Like nothing is easy. Nothing in life is ever going to be easy for any one of us. Unless you just born with a silver spoon, and I personally was born with the
same.
So anything that you have a passion for, go for it. It's gonna be hard. Make it happen. If you gotta shout, yell, cry, do it all. So I did. I started this stuff in 2014. De La Souls literally came about just from a business deal with my partner and I that went wrong. I didn't have nowhere to turn. I kept thinking about names. Kept thinking it was shitty. Then I just thought about it. De La Soul. I thought about my best friend, my sister, Lil Jazz. I thought about her and her name. Her line name's De La Soul.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So yeah, because I thought about her, I came up with my name for my company, De La Souls. And from 2014, it's just been up and down. Starting off, of course, you don't know everything that you're doing. Like, I was doing just little favors for people, like asking me to grab shoes, but I didn't know what everybody wanted. Starting off, so of course, spend money here, spend money there, thinking that I need to get them released. Didn't work. I lost money doing a wrong business deal with somebody that brought me to the point where I'm in business for myself now, which brought De La Souls. So yeah, man, just anything that's worth something is hard to attain. And if you really want it, make sure you get it by any means. Period. So I'll leave people with that.
Goddamn. When I really wanted to give a quote, I really wasn't expecting a quote, but
yeah.
Honestly and truthfully, I have two. One is a good, lighthearted one, and the second one is serious. Number one, always check up on your plugs, your sneaker plugs. Always check up on them because
yeah, man, because we don't have no life, man.
Not even that. Y'all do so much for people who couldn't get the shoes.
Yeah.
That y'all go underappreciate it, especially with the prices that people give. Now, you give fair prices. I'm not gonna argue down on fair prices. I just want make sure you, even if the price for the shoes is a little bit higher and your plug has been looking out for you for so long, always check up on your plug. Yeah. That's the lighthearted one. My serious one, it's a two-parter, and I'm gonna say that for the rant for my episode Wednesday. But the first part of it is just make sure you check up on your friends as well and your family. Because even though COVID might be dying down and might be rising up in other places, it's a big mental turmoil on a lot of people's, not only their physical health, but their mental health as well. Yeah. And so, your quote really just hit a nerve only in the sense that you really explained how I started my photography business at the same time. Yeah. And it really just struck me, and I'm almost about to break down, but I was like, I can't do it. I gotta save face on camera. But needless to say, you really have to check up on everybody.
How you do?
Oh, and your friends and family, of course, but you really check up on people because you never know how far that would take them. And a sense of positivity, and also making sure that at least somebody's thinking of it. Yeah. So, I'm going to sign out. We're going to get to this bonus episode. This is Landon Strange. This is Sam from De La Soul. Signing out with our daily year. Come on, you got to hit the year. There we go.